Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the sawmill, Colston River Retreat. Today we got another black oak on the mill. We're going to saw this up into 4/4 boards, about 10 to 11 inches in width. This one's about 9 foot. We're trying to go for at least 8 foot. Again, this most likely is going to be decking that we're going to use for the roof of the sawmill shed. So it's got a pretty big crack going through here. I did anchor seal this shortly after cutting it down, so hopefully it doesn't go too deep. We're going to start cutting in this direction. We'll take off a leveling face here. I've got the front toe board up so that it's lifted up, trying to get the pith a little bit more narrowed or evened up. So we'll take a leveling cut here, roll it, drop the toe board, cut another one so we have two faces 180 degrees opposite each other that are parallel, and then we'll go from there to figure out how best to make this into some boards. Again, if we get 7" and 10" that's fine. Nothing too specific. We've currently got a 4-degree blade on the sawmill. That's what I bought initially when I got it, since I'm doing mostly hardwoods. Probably when I run through this supply of blades, I might try those Turbo 7s out that I've heard a lot about. If you like the sawmill content and similar stuff that I do, you might go check out of the Woods YouTube channel. A guy that's been doing it for quite a long time, and probably the one I watch most and learn most from. There's other great ones out there, but he's the one probably most closely similar to what I'm trying to accomplish as far as homesteading, property work, sawmill, that kind of stuff. So I do appreciate you guys subscribing. We're up over 100, and I think that's awesome. I don't have any specific goal set in mind. I'm not trying to necessarily make money off of this, but provide kind of a recorded memory for the family and the property and what we're doing here, and maybe a little bit of education and entertainment along the way. So if you guys are enjoying it, give me a thumbs up and like and share. If you have any comments, I would love to hear back from you guys. Let me know where you're watching from and what you guys do, if you do any similar work, what content you're enjoying, what you'd like to see more of, and I'll do my best. I try to mix it up every now and then. If you've been watching lately, I've had quite a variety of different types of editing and types of work being done, so try not to give you too much of the same stuff, but to be honest with you, a lot of it's probably going to be sawmilling, because that's what I enjoy most currently, so I'll do the best I can to sprinkle in some variety. So let's get to work. Alright, so I sawed up that other cant without you. Give you a little recap. So I don't know if I told you at the beginning, the log was about 21 inches in diameter from each end, a little bit oblong, and it had that big crotch that came off that I had to cut off. And so not exactly easy to compare measurements, but roughly 21 inches. And again, it was about 9 foot long. So out of that, we got 26 1x, most of them 1x10, a couple of them 1x7s. So here's what this wood looks like. I threw a little bit of water on there just so you could kind of see that grain pattern. You see this one started almost being a little bit quarter sawn there. Started to get a little bit of ray fleck in there. There might be some others in there with some quarter sawn fleck in it, but so this wood is going to be used for most likely decking on the sawmill shed underneath the roof material. So I just need strong material. I don't necessarily need pretty material, although if it's pretty, it's a bonus. This wood with the crotch in it and some other issues, it wasn't necessarily the best log to mill up to make, say, furniture or something very nice out of. So making it into decking is very useful for me. So we'll probably go ahead and call this a pallet. It was a pretty heavy log getting it up on the sawmill, so I'll probably go ahead and band it where it is and take it over to the stack and see how that looks over there. Here in the near future, I will do some moisture testing of the materials that we have over there, see how it's drying. It doesn't necessarily have to be very dry for me to use it. Be honest with you, when I'm ready for it, I'll probably just use it ever how it is, but hopefully get it down to 12, maybe 15%, and that'll be good enough for me to use for what I need. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Feel free to like and share, and I'll see you soon.